Welcome back to Shirley Povich Field. That's the Big Train taking on the Southern Maryland Senators tonight. I am Carson Cass, joined by a face that's become a little more familiar over the last few days, especially yesterday, Sean McAvoy. Sean, how are you?
Doing good. I'm excited for some Big Train baseball tonight.
Yeah, Big Train trying to break an 0-2 streak against Southern Maryland heading into today specifically. Interesting to see how they can do it. Southern Maryland without a very key contributor. I believe Bud Coombs is probably off the roster at this point, as he's probably headed somewhere up north to the Cape. But Big Train coming into this one, it's a very important interleague matchup, and you have to see now without Bud Coombs, what's this lineup going to look like? What do you expect kind of out of a lineup that's been very touchy without Coombs beforehand?
I think that helps a lot for the Big Train. It does help when one of the best players in this Cal Ripken League is gone. For the Big Train, they come in 4 straight wins. That I feel like that momentum's really going to propel them today.
We'll lead off on their side for Southern Maryland. It'll be Chase Fulford, the league leader in stolen bases. The shortstop will have the top of this lineup as Braylon Gonzalez will trail him. Cole Rame behind with Zach Anderson in the cleanup position. Jackson Hayes will play third and will bat right after there at 5. Kyla Wynn, the left fielder, with Jack Ewert behind. James Lehman and Josh Saronis, a trio of Jacks making up the bottom 3. And that Big Train defensive lineup today is a bit more regular than yesterday, but they'll have a good chance to defend it.
Catching will be TJ Gramercy. He's not playing second base like he did last night. First base, Emilio Gonzalez. Second base will be Brennan Wright. Third, Parker Corbin played there last night. Shortstop, Cal Johnson. Same outfield as last night, too, with Ryan Foscolo in left field. Center field will be Will Hack. Right field will be Zachary Malfazio, and DHing Jack Gagan.
We'll see with Kyle Hopper on the mound in just a moment what he can do against these Southern Maryland Senators without their hottest bat of the season, but still plenty of pop in that lineup. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network as we take a break for the national anthem. Welcome back to Bethesda. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Sean McAvoy to my left, and we're within Shirley Povich, where Kyle Hopper, the Jacksonville Dolphin, is making his first start for the Big Train.
The right-hander has made 5 appearances this season, 10.1 innings pitched with 3.48 ERA and a 1.65 WHIP. He's only given up 4 earned runs this season, but has recorded 12 strikeouts, given up 9 walks. Last time out was against the Alexandria Aces on June 25th, where he pitched 2 innings and got the win.
Fulford only giving up 4 hits in his last 3 appearances. It'll be his 6th of the year. First, that is a start. 2-0, has been on the mound for 2 big wins, giving up a home run, but a Big Train squad helped him with a comeback on his previous outings. But Hopper will go on against Chase Fulford. He was the leadoff man for the Southern Maryland Senators. Interesting to see Fulford at the top of the lineup as usual. He has been very good, only caught stealing once. 16 stolen bases leads the league for him, as he will be the man on the mission to get on, and he does so at quite a high rate with a 535 OBP.
Yeah, last time out against the Big Train, he was only 1 for 3, had a strikeout and a fly out in that one. In his last game, it was June 27th against Silver Spring Tacoma, the Thunderbolts. He went 1 for 2 with 3 walks, so he has a disciplined plate approach.
Hopper, not too big of an issue so far this season with walks, 9 in his 10 innings. It's been the combination of walks and hits that have really done him in, but he has not been poor in any sense. Has a save, 2-0 on the season. Both of those more team stats than anything, but he's had a 3.4 ERA, and the 1.6 WHIP tells you that he's been pretty decent in relief, as the first pitch is in there to Fulford. It's a hard fastball.
And it's interesting to see if you look at his Jacksonville stats from the spring. Didn't make a start there either.
That one fouled back towards our booth, and now an 0-2 count quickly.
Probably tonight he's going to work in his fastball, his four seam, but does have some breaking balls, being that that's a ball outside there to make it a 1-2 count. But he has that four seam, but also has a cutter, a slider, and a changeup that he'll work in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that cutter probably more towards these righty hitters like Fulford, as he gets a fastball on the hands upstairs. Fouls it back, stays alive. Still count at 1-2.
I feel like for the Big Train, you can't really put Fulford on. He's got 16 stolen bases for this team.
Yeah, you mentioned that as the 1-2 is sawed off into right. Emilio Gonzalez will have to make a wide receiver play, and he gets it over his shoulder. Fantastic catch, and there's the first out of the inning.
That was a nice play there for Emilio. Just over in foul territory, gets it over the shoulder, and he makes kind of a hard play. Look a little routine for the first out of this inning.
Yeah, Gonzalez wearing 46 for the rest of the season. As to why, is a fun reason. We'll talk about it later. But Hopper now against the lefty Braylon Gonzalez, one of a few members of this squad that is out of Binghamton.
Yeah, he did play against the Big Train on the 18th. Went 0 for 3. Did have 2 walks in that game, but 2 strikeouts and a ground out.
Did appear in Bing's regional appearance as they did win the America East Conference. Pretty good season for him out there. Put himself up to a 861 OPS up in central New York. 2-0 from Hopper, and that pitch is just outside. Quickly a 3-0 count to the second man in, lefty Gonzalez. Hopper has struggled a bit more with these lefties. Notably, that cutter kind of moves in towards them. He's been using that a bit more, as that one in there looked like that cutter.
Yeah, we'll have to see if maybe a little bit of the pressure being out there as the starter, first guy out there, not coming in relief, affects him a little bit.
Ground ball, right side, pretty weak chopper to right, and he gets the out at first. Quickly 2 down here, as it'll be Cole Rame in the power spot, though he does not typically fill that role.
Yeah, for Rame, he did have 2 RBIs last time out against the Big Train on the 18th, but Silver Spring Tacoma, he was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Not the best performance from him.
Yeah, 570 OBP. He gets on base, which is kind of why you put him in the 3 spot, as you want to lead it to Zach Anderson behind him. Plenty of good hitters on this squad. The 2 big power bats, James Carlson and Bud Coombs, out of the roster. I believe Carlson off for the rest of the year. So the Southern Maryland squad is kind of without their big power surge, despite Josh Saronis, who's tailing this lineup's two-homer day yesterday, which you so graciously found.
Yes.
0-2 from Hopper. Dolphin delivers too high.
Good opportunity getting ahead of Rame right now with 2 outs in this inning.
1-2. Just a little bit outside. Rame wanted to bite, but kept his temper.
Yeah, for Rame, that on-base percentage at .570, he's got 20 walks and 7 hit-by pitches as another ball goes inside for a full count with 2 outs.
Good battle back by Rame. Hasn't swung, but is still fighting. Full count is distributed low, and the first batter is on. Rame, with that .570 OBP, draws another walk on the season. The Richmond Spider has been fantastic at doing just that. Works his way from a full count all the way back.
That's now 21 walks for him this season.
It's towards the top in the league. Rame walks a lot, and Zach Anderson, who's been a bit more powerful with his bat. 2 extra base hits this season for him. Stands in. The righty will watch pitch 1 on just the outside as Hopper is very relaxed and calm outside of the field, is yelling at himself a bit there. He is a pretty exciting guy to watch on the mound, personality-wise. 1-0 from the righty. This one slugged down the left field line, but very foul.
That personality has come back to bite him this season. Did get thrown out of a game against the Olney Crop Dusters, but it seemed like in that game there might have been some talking from that Crop Dusters bench that got Hopper to yell something back, and Hopper was the one that got thrown out.
3 total ejections as this is a ground ball to the left side, collected by man at third, Corbin. That's the 3rd out. Big Train escape with a stranded runner. We'll be right back in the bottom half of the inning with the Senators now playing D. Pitching for Southern Maryland, it's going to be the likes out of Nacogdoches, Texas, of Nick West. West, a Yale Bulldog.
West has started 1 game this season, came against the Olney Crop Dusters on June 20th. Got a win in that contest through 67 pitches, 4 innings. Gave up 4 earned runs, but did strike out 4. This season, he's pitched in 4 games, 14.2 innings pitched, a 3.68 ERA.
Here's how they'll line up. These Big Train: Cal Johnson, Brennan Wright, Emilio Gonzalez. Tailed by Zachary Malvazio, Ryan Foscolo, Will Hack, TJ Gramesty, Parker Corbin, and Jack Gagan in the DH spot. But it's the switch hitter, Cal Johnson, who hits bombs out leading off today.
Yes, he showed it a couple days ago from the right side and the left side. And it looks like there might be a time here. It looks like a ball still on the field over down the first baseline, but
So Johnson, lefty for this time out, as Nick West, the righty, distributes to him for his 2nd start of the year. As you mentioned, an outside in the other batter's box. As Anderson not able to come up with it, he makes up that battery tonight.
I'm excited what Johnson can do tonight. He was 2 for 4 last night with 3 RBIs. Got a double in that one.
1-0, grounded right side, slowed by the grass as the second baseman Rame is able to get there. Sean, run us through the rest of their fielders.
Catching will be Zach Anderson. First base, James Lehman. Second base, Cole Rame. Third base, Jackson Hayes. Shortstop, Chase Fulford. Left field, Kai Lewin. Center field, Josh Saronis. Right field, Braylon Gonzalez. And DHing, Jack Ewert.
So that brings up the lefty Brennan Wright. Starting of a pretty left-handed start to the order as this is a bunt laid down. It looks pretty perfect as the third baseman Hayes runs into the rear end of his pitcher West. So a single to start things off on the tough place bunt. He has done so well this season with it, and another base hit single.
Yeah, he's got a 476 on base percentage. That was a perfect bunt to get a base runner on the bases for the big train as Emilio Gonzalez comes up to hit.
Brennan Wright on first for Gonzalez as he skies this one up on the infield. Raymond Lehman distributed. It's going to be Rame to get it. He will get there, and that'll be the second out of the inning. No infield fly rule called, but I believe would have been called that anyway. Zachary Malvazio steps to the plate. Righty. A lot of power in his bat. Tails the right to try and drive one in. Has been pretty good here. All 4 of his home runs this season. 3 of them have come at Shirley. 2 of them, have come at Shirley Povich. The other 2 at the DC Grays Stadium at Catholic University. First pitch to him is missed outside. It's a fastball.
And against Southern Maryland last time, he was 3 for 5, had 3 RBIs in that game. Last night, not the best performance for him. He was only 1 for 4.
1-0 count from West. Just outside again, this time a breaking pitch, so a good hitter's count for a guy who doesn't walk all that often. Malvazio, base on balls 3 times, hit by pitch once. It was last night, I believe. 2-0 as pickoff attempt back to first does not get right.
Yeah, and for Malvazio, he's tied for 3rd in home runs. He's 1 behind Bud Coombs and 1 behind his teammate Cal Johnson, so maybe the 2 of them can get in front of that one.
Malvazio tattoos this one into left. It's a line drive that'll get bound right over to third. He'll try and make his way over to second. Malvazio a double to put 2 in scoring position here early.
That's a great piece of hitting right there for Malvazio. Just lining one down kind of to the corner of the left field, the outfield. And here comes Ryan Foscolo.
Foscolo entering tonight. Had a bit of a week off pretty much. Last week has returned to play last few games. Foscolo, a redshirt freshman out of University of Kentucky. Wildcat will have an opportunity to drive some runs in something he's been pretty good at this season. Looking for 12 and 13 at third and second, respectively. First pitch from West is inside but high upstairs.
Yeah, before last night, his first game that he appeared in was June 24th, but did play against the Aces last night. Was 1 for 3 with a walk and a fly out in that one.
So 1-0 from West. Good pitch on the inside corner. It's a fastball strike, and I think just nestled into that lower corner perfectly. Kind of one that's not a hitter's pitch. Foscolo not ready to tune up after the opening breaking ball. 1-1 now from West. Bulldog delivers and misses outside.
Yeah, for Foscolo, he's tied for 11th in the league in doubles. He's 3 behind teammate Daniel Machado, who might be out for some time with a shoulder injury that he got on Thursday against the Aces, but Foscolo can do some damage offensively.
2-1. That one just in there. Good breaking pitch, and West has got himself a 2-2 count to deal with Foscolo. Trying to drive more runners in early. Big Train have gotten behind a lot of these games last week. Certainly trying to get more of a complete team victory. 2-2, and he lines one right up the middle. Gets past the glove of Rame. 1 runner will score. Rounding is the Reichs of Malvazio. Play at the plate. It's cut off. Shirley had a play down there, but they decided to go against it. So 2-0 Big Train.
Well, it wasn't a double, but he does get RBIs, 12 and 13 this season for Foscolo. That was a good piece of hitting again from these Big Train. They had to come back from down by 4 last night, but get out to an early lead against the South Division leading Senators.
Senators certainly without their two hottest bats tonight don't want to give up runs early, and that's exactly what they've done. It's 2-0 Bethesda as it draws up the righty Will Hack. First pitch in there to Hack. It's a low fastball. West has got a pretty firm flamethrower, but he just kind of doesn't go for the red dead heater too often.
Yeah. Big Train have been able to get to him to start this game, but for Hack, he has drawn 16 walks this year, but is already in an 0-2 count with 2 outs.
Watch 2 go down in the low portion. First one was a fastball. You mentioned second one was that good changeup that West has been distributing. Hasn't thrown it too much. It's relied on that cutter a bit more. 0-2. Ooh, inside. It got Hack right in the, I think, upper elbow, or forearm, excuse me. Ouch.
Yeah, that did not look like that one felt good at all, and he'll take his base on first to bring up TJ Gramesty.
Yeah, that one could not have felt good. He grimaces a bit there, but you mentioned he'll take it. Gramesty behind the plate again tonight. He will bat 7th after Will Hack's hit by pitch. He's got 1 on second and first with 2 outs. Big Train looking to add on to that 2-0 lead. Delivered by Foscolo has been a good bat in the middle of this lineup. West misses high.
It's good to see Gramesty back in his position that he's played in most of the season. I feel like last night when I was calling the game, I'd look up and I'd be like, second base is TJ. Second base is Gramesty. I kept on having to remind myself about that.
1-0 is missed just a little bit high, so a quick 2-0 count as West's pitch count just keeps getting driven up. Hitting Hack on a 0-2 is such a disaster almost. You're keeping yourself basically into this for a guy who has got a very high OBP in Gramesty and already in a 2-0 count. It's been hot of late. 2-0 misses again, and he's in danger of walking the next man.
Yeah, Gramesty last night was 1 for 4, but yeah, before that against the Grays on the 27th, he did draw 2 walks.
3-0 and time called by the batter. Have a quick moment to reset as trying to keep West out of his rhythm to bring up the man behind him, Parker Corbin. Draws a lot of walks. 3-0 in there. It's a fastball down Broadway.
Yeah, you were kind of talking about Corbin. He does have a .517 on base percentage this season. Drawn 11 walks. Drew 2 of them last night against the Aces.
3-1. This one skied backwards into the seating. As count now goes full, we'll have payoff here.
It's a great opportunity for the Big Train to kind of attack West here with 2 outs and runners on first and second, trying to extend this inning.
Both will try to go to the bank. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will go here. Righty West delivers. And this one kind of sawed off into left. Will the fielder get there? He will not. It falls in front of Lewin. One runner will come home. Throw to third is not in time. Hack is in there, and it's 3-0 Big Train.
West kind of drowning right now as Gramesty kind of gets one down into left field, and that's RBI number 12 this season. Another piece of hitting that gets him on base to bring up Parker Corbin.
Pitch count is just crawling upwards. Now at over 20 for West, who's kind of had some quick decisions, but that one there, a full count, single. So corners for Corbin. Bottom first, things starting to get out of hand, 3-0. Watches the first one, thought about it, but didn't bite.
Yeah, Corbin played last season at the University of Maryland around here in College Park, but is now committed to Akron. Is from Loveland, Ohio, so kind of going back to his home state.
Corbin drives into right, and it's just foul. Good piece of hitting there. Could have been double bases. Cleared those bases with Gramesty at first. A few inches from 5-0 Bethesda.
Gramesty took off when he heard the sound of that. Just sprinting, but 1-1 count now for Corbin as he'll try to actually put one in play.
1-1 for the newly committed Akron catcher as big wave at that one. Count 1 and 2. Gramsci goes. Steele is there. Throw back on the way over, and Hack did not get under it. He's out at the plate. Corbin will have another AB later, but Big Train get caught stealing at home. Gramsci will earn his at second. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network. 3-0 Bethesda. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cass, joined by Sean McAvoy, Big Train writer and commentator now, I guess. I think you've officially earned the role.
Yeah, backup commentator at least. But
Hey.
I was solo last night against the Aces.
Yeah.
But Big Train picked up a good win, 8-6 victory, comeback.
A 6 unanswered, I believe, from Bethesda. Pretty big win. White Sox had a pretty big win. That's where I was with my family, taking my one day off of the year. Hopper, as this one is lined into center off the bat of Jackson Hayes, the third baseman. It'll get over to right center, and Malvazio will claim it. So there's the first out. I guess that's technically wrong. I have 2 days off this entire summer.
Oh.
I'm allowed to take more, to be clear. I just love baseball. But Hayes flies out. It brings up the likes of Kai Lewin.
Yeah, your day off. You went to a baseball game.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that.
I did the same thing. Went to an O's Nats game a couple days ago, but
Ooh.
for Lewin, FAU product, swing and a miss there. He's played in 18 games this season, 792 OPS. Played against the Big Train on the 18th, went 1 for 2 with 1 RBI and 1 walk.
0-1 from Hopper. Just misses outside. What is that series called? Nats O's?
The Beltway series, I
Is it
believe.
the Beltway
Yeah.
series?
It's good.
Not the
Good to see
Beltway
Nats.
Brawl. That seems kind of
Yeah.
on the nose and
Yeah.
easy. But 1-1. Hopper to win, and he check swung. Says it was a strike anyway. So 1-2 now. Count for, I think, a guy wearing what appears to be worker gloves. 1-2. Inside. I don't know what the correct term for those are, but they have a loose
Oh, yeah.
wrist slot. Construction gloves?
Gardening gloves.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that. That was my first thought, but gardener gloves didn't really seem correct.
Yeah.
2-2. Hopper misses outside, and quickly a full 2 count raised as Lewin gets deep into this one after his teammate was out on the first pitch.
Lewin is drawn 9 walks this season.
Big hack at that one. It's a foul ball. Got off the chest plate of the umpire. It's a bit thicker than a catcher's plate. It is actually like a 2-3 inch vest that tend to not feel it if it goes off your chest. 3-2. Missed outside, and Lewin will walk.
Yeah, not what Hopper wants to do, but you got that first out of the inning, and here comes Jack Ewert.
Double play depth for the man up the middle. Ewert, the designated hitter out of Wooford. One of 3 Wooford players to start the season. 2 of them have since transferred. Lehman to Xavier, who is not in this lineup tonight, or is in this lineup tonight, excuse me. He is on deck, and the likes at the top of the order for a Notre Dame transfer. 1-0 in Logan Tribble, top of the number chart, excuse me. Missed inside.
Yeah, for Ewert, 19 games this season, 14 walks drawn, but he's got a 224 average and a 642 OPS. He's also produced 13 RBIs.
2-0. Missed inside again. It's that same cutter that's just kind of seemed to get out of the hand a bit rough.
Yeah, Hopper's got to kind of calm down, settle the nerves as a starter, and kind of start throwing some more strikes.
That one's down the middle. 3-1, and finding his way back in the count.
For Ewert, he did play last season for the Senators, so kind of knows his way around the Cal Ripken League.
Hopper, righty delivers, and this one's lined in the air to right. Going to be a tough play for Malvasio. He will not get there. It's down, and the runner will go to third. Lewin trying to get there on his horse. He is able to get there. Malvasio's throw beat him, but it was too far to the right. So corners with 1 out on the good piece of hitting from Ewert.
We were just talking about the big trains. Good piece of inning in the bottom of the first inning, and now the Senators kind of getting some base runners back and some hits back.
They break the no-hitter technically in the second inning. Kyle Hopper now dealing with the tail of this order. Lefty James Lehman, Xavier commit, sitting pretty well in the season, trying to drive home above more than his 10 RBI total.
Yeah, and it's a guy that played for the DC Grays last year, so another guy in the Senators lineup that has some Ripken League experience. But for him, he's got a 175 average and a 587 OPS.
1-0 for the Dolphin Hopper, and that one is in there. Finally found a strike earlier in the count. Kind of falling behind these guys to start.
Cam for Lehman did not play on June 18th against the Big Train, but the first matchup between these 2 teams on June 5th, he was 0 for 4 with a walk.
It's grounded up the middle, just past the glove of Hopper. Second baseman right over to second, back to first. Safe at the bag, so a runner will come home as Kyla Wynn scores. And a fielder's choice RBI for Lehman, now with 2 outs.
Yeah, there was a lot of plays this season where the frame of Emilio Gonzalez can stretch out and get those plays at first and turn them into outs, but just a little bit late. But second out now for the Big Train this inning.
At the bottom of the order, Josh Saronis homered twice in his last game for the Delaware High School commit.
Yeah, kind of impressive for a rising freshman into college. He's from Gaithersburg, but he's got 6 RBIs, and his only 2 home runs this season came last night against the Thunderbolts.
That one missing low. First pitch to him. Comes that very 1-0 as this one is popped foul towards the seats, and a member of the ballpark who is doing a painting tonight of the game as it goes on.
I think there's a couple. There's one down. I see one down here, kind of behind home plate, and I know there was one down third base line.
So 2-1 as that one misses. Hopper will have a good shot to get out of this one with only 1 hit, 1 earned run. Saronis on the left side will watch ball 3.
Saronis, a 534 on base percentage this season, a 634 OPS.
3-1. Here comes Hopper. And that one fouled back, so we'll go full count here.
Already given up a run this inning, but Hopper can kind of get out of it and let this Big Train offense go to work in the bottom of the second.
Full count. Payoff pitch for Hopper. Runner goes, and that one inside. A walk him, and we'll head back to the top of the lineup. Not the kind of guy you want to see there. Chase Fulford gets his second at-bat, or second plate appearance, this game. after Saronis will walk.
Yeah, and Fulford is 0 for 1 tonight, but yeah, not the guy you want to put to the batter's box, a runner on first and second. He's got a 978 OPS this season, Fulford.
Riley Hopper is high on a curveball. Talk to his catcher briefly, Gramesty, who's noticed his sudden lack of control in the second inning. And with 2 on, 2 out, want to make sure you get out of this jam with your 2-run lead that you maintain right now. If you're Gramesty, what are you saying to Hopper, who's definitely a bit of a
Personality.
closer type?
Yeah, yeah. It's a different position for Hopper when you come in, and especially here, you're not pitching all 9 innings. He's used to being kind of closer reliever, but he's starting tonight. And had a good top of the first, but now puts himself into a jam in the top of the second.
Already gave up a run of Sky Lewin on a fielder's choice. 1-0, and this one is slugged into center. Hack barely has to move, suddenly finds it, and moving in on it a little bit, but luckily just within his range. On the 1-0, they fly out to end the inning. 2 runners are left stranded. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network. 3-1 the lead as one hit carves 1 run into the Big Train's 3-run lead now, too. Welcome back to Bethesda. I'm Carson Cass with Sean McAvoy, and tomorrow you can get a game in for the Big Train. You can head to Shirley Povich Field for free.
Yeah, general admission tomorrow night is free for all fans as part of Big Train Fan Fest. Players are also meeting and greeting with fans from 4 to 4:30 before a earlier 5 p.m. start time.
Free ball game versus the top team in the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate League, the only Crop Dusters. First pitch is in there to Parker Corbin in his second plate appearance, kind of. Runner was thrown out on his first, so he did not continue the 2-1 count. 0-1, now 0-2. He's quickly in a hole. Very excited to see FanFest tomorrow.
Big Train have been chasing the Crop Dusters most of the season, so that should be a good matchup.
0-2 as this one's fouled back. Sense only has gone on that 5-game tear. They've gone on another 5-game tear, but B, they have at least lost 1 game, enough for the Big Train to have found a 2 games back deficit. 0-2 as that'll miss high and Corbin will watch.
Yeah, and we've talked about it. It feels like the Big Train win a couple games and Crop Dusters are doing the same, and then both teams will kind of lose one. So they're not really gaining ground, but they're only 2 games back.
1-2 tomorrow would be very big to find one. You're kind of directly making sure you get a game. They can win. They can pretty much guarantee themselves at least a game back and kind of force the issue as we kind of head towards the second half. 2-2. This one skied to the air left field. This just out of play in the bullpen. Big Train trying to be back in first by July 7th, which is the All-Star game. It'll be me in the booth and some other cohorts, including Zach, I know that, and likely some special guests. So we'll see. It's Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate League All-Star game where we will play the Valley League.
Yeah, you can read about that game on bigtrain.org.
Very true. 2-2 turns to 3-2 as that one misses. Corbin working his way back from 0-2 into a full count with 3 straight balls. 3-2, it's lined up the middle, but he hit it too well. Just in the kind of tippy toes reach of Saronis as he will line out to start this second inning.
Saronis barely had to move there. That line drive from Corbin was basically right at him in center field.
Didn't drop as much as he had hoped, but did end up either way getting the out. Kind of had to get on his tippy toes out there. Maybe a little jump. Kind of stayed on his left foot, though. But Jack Gagan, bottom man in this lineup, will have those chances. He grounds one right up the middle toward the shortstop. Fulford delivers to first, and that is the second out of the inning quickly.
Yeah, that's a quick inning. Quick bottom of the second after a very good bottom of the first with scoring 3 runs for the Big Train, but just quick 2 outs now for Bethesda.
Scal Johnson to the plate, 0 for 1 tonight. Will bat in the second inning as he has a shot to try to carve a deeper lead as this one is skied in the air to center. Saronis fares to his left, and he's able to get there for the third out. So very quick. 8 pitches for the likes of West on the mound. A good response as it was a little bit east of where he wanted. He's kind of adjusted, some might say, back to his cardinal direction. 3-1 the lead for Bethesda as we head now to the top frame of the third on the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Sean McAvoy. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Leading off is Braylon Gonzalez. Left-handed batter out of Binghamton.
Yeah, Kyle Hopper still on the mound for the Big Train. Just 43 pitches tonight for him, but very quickly back out there.
This one hit very well out towards right. Malvazio and Hack will settle under it right in front of the track as Malvazio gets bad news bears. Kind of pretended that he was going to catch that one as he went behind Hack. And that's out number 1 as Braylon Gonzalez flies out to center.
Yeah, Malfazio and Hack kind of, I don't know, tricked me last night, I will say. I was looking at Hack, and it was actually Malfazio coming in to catch the ball all the way from right field.
That one just low to Cole Ream. Walked his first time up. Hopper delivers a little bit inside. And let's see if you have some insider information. Where do you think LeBron is going?
Talking about that on a baseball broadcast.
2-0. It's sports news. I don't have a problem talking about significant sports news.
Yeah.
And as a Chicago native, I'll say it, the GOAT is moving.
That's impressive right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
42. 2-1. Hopper. This one fouled backwards.
I have been seeing the reports with the Wizards being a dark horse, and I just got a weird look after saying that one.
I did not see this. I did not see those reports.
Well, they got AD, and I know he wants to play with Anthony Davis.
2-2. Big wave at that one. A strikeout for Hopper. Good pitch from him there. It's his first K of the night as he sits down Cole Ream. He's kind of not struck out too much this season, but Zach Anderson, the catcher, will tail him. I think that's fair, actually, because I saw And maybe they'll trade Trae Young for Steph Curry too.
That would be very weird.
First pitch from Hopper. It's skied in the air on center. Just past the barrel. Got a little low on the bat, and Hack will have the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for both sides. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network. 3-1 our lead as they head to the bottom of the third. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Brennan Wright to lead things off here in this bottom frame of the third inning. Big Train scored 3 in the first. That's where their 3-1 lead comes from after they got one back. As Southern Maryland will have to play defense again. First pitch from Senator West in this third inning. He's gone 2 already. Had a clean 3 up, 3 down last time out.
Yeah, it was quick innings from the Big Train offense last time, and for Hopper and their defensive side of the ball.
Quick 2-0 count as that one misses to the shins of Wright. Warmer night here in Bethesda right before we have the honestly worst heat wave I've seen in a long time. 2-0 as that one missed a little high.
It's crazy
I mean,
getting that weather here.
It's like 100 degrees for 6 days. Golly. 3-0. West likely to not pitch in the heat. He'll be thankful that he's on pretty much rest until the heat wave is over. That one will miss outside. A 4-pitch walk administered to Brennan Wright. It's his second time on today. He's 1 for 1, now 1 for 1 with a walk.
Yeah, and here comes Emilio Gonzalez up, but 5 p.m. start time, so hopefully Big Train fans bring some water tomorrow night for a game that's going to be pretty warm.
Maybe long sleeves, too.
Yeah.
The UV will be probably 1 million.
Let's see.
Oh, no, it's
That'll be
actually
a
pretty
4,
moderate.
but-
Well, it's at 9 for most of the day, in fairness.
Temperature at 5 will be the hottest of the whole entire day. That will be 98 degrees. Feels like 102.
I mean, we're going to need 9 p.m. start times to avoid this kind of heat, so we'll
At
just be
least-
bearing the brunt of it.
At least the lights are back.
At least the lights are back. That's true. 0-1. Had some difficulties with a unfortunate occurrence to a transformer that I believe exploded. 0-1 to Gonzalez. He grounds it right side, and it's foul.
Yeah, definitely not the perfect time for the power to go out here at Shirley Povich Field, but
No.
we're back. We're good. We can play some night games. We have Wi-Fi too, so you get to see this game, not hear it on radio.
0-2. It's been a long week. That one misses inside. Runner goes right. Double clutch from the catcher, Anderson. Will let him be safe. So a stolen base first of the day by any squad. As Gonzalez will try and bring his squadron member right home.
That will be Wright's 7th stolen base of the season.
1-2. For Emilio. Gonzalez hits this one on the ground to the right side. Collected by the first baseman, Lehman. Play made at first. In combination with West as he'll move right over to third, so does his job. You score 1 run every inning, you probably win the game with 9 runs, and that's kind of the goal. You want to move your runners over. You want to keep piling on, and Malvasio, an RBI threat, will be the man to tail.
Yeah, Carson, if you score more runs than the other team, I think that's a win. So,
Bingo. It's a good shout. First one misses high.
for Malfazio, he's got 13 RBIs this season and 941 OPS and 576 slugging percentage.
Double moved right over to third earlier. Driven home by Foscolo as the 1-0 is popped backwards towards the seats.
That slugging percentage for him is 6th in the Ripken League, and he's second on the big train behind teammate Cal Johnson.
Speaking of slugging percentage, White Sox slugging well against the Orioles, up 8-1. Just have to mention that because we are in the D.C. area, and I do like to acknowledge that when my team wins, they're winning. 1-1. That one misses outside. 2-1 quickly.
I think a couple O's fans are not going to be happy about you
No.
bringing that up right now, but you had a fun day at the ballpark.
I
Last
did
night.
yesterday. I won 8-2 yesterday. Kind of a big 8th and 9th. Hoping for the same from the big train. 3-1 lead as Malvasio now in a 2-1 count. West delivers, and that one just in there. Kind of scrapes the outer part of the zone.
That's a tough call there. That can go either way, but now 2-2 count for Malfazio.
2-2. You mentioned, and a big wave at things there. Malvasio strikes out swinging. Foscolo to the dish will have to try and drive this RBI home.
Yeah, and for Malvasio, that's his 11th strikeout this season, something that he does a good often, but the home runs kind of counteract that in his 322 average.
3 home runs. 322 is very good, to be clear. On the season, he's been not striking out a whole lot in comparison to how much he's been hitting the ball, but definitely colder in terms of power as of late. 0-1, that one kind of just touches the low portion of the zone. Falls through the trap door on the bottom part, and not a hitter's pitch. Very well done by West, now the 0-1, and that one a little bit high. Foscolo swings and misses.
And we just talked about Malfazio's 322 average. You look at Foscolo, he's got 327, even though he's played 4 less games. That's still a very good average for him this season.
Quickly into an 0-2 hole, Foscolo fouls one back, keeps himself alive. It's a survival swing with a runner at third. Big Train trying to drive home another.
It's a guy this season that's 4th on the big train in slugging percentage and 18th in the whole Ripken League.
0-2 grounded up the middle. Shortstop Fulford collects, fires over to first, and Foscolo cannot beat it. They strand a runner with no hits, no runs, as the Big Train head to the top of the 4th to defend a 3-1 lead on the Big Train Baseball Network. It's Joe Chiarotto on the mound for Bethesda.
He's a rising sophomore right-handed pitcher at the University of Alabama. Good season for the Crimson Tide as they went to the College World Series. But for Chiarotto, only one start this season, or only one appearance. this season, 2.1 innings pitched against Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts on June 24th. Gave up 2 hits, 0 earned runs, and struck out 4 batters in 52 pitches.
It'll close the day on the Dolphin Kyle Hopper. Pretty good start. 3 innings pitched, 1 hit given, 3 walks, a strikeout, and 1 earned run allowed. So he inherits a 3-1 lead. Chiaroto throws a fastball in the 90 to 92 range. She has got some serious heat on it. Four-seam is kind of not contested too much in this Cal Ripken Senior League, but he's had to over-rely on it, especially in his last start, where he didn't give up any earned runs, but he did allow a runner to score. I suppose it wasn't either a run either because it was someone else's base runner, but either way, 3-1. He inherits the lead, and he will have a less opportunistic spot to come in as he kind of came in with bases loaded last time. But if he can make that breaking ball work, he's pretty much unhittable on the mound as the Edwardsville, Illinois native will take on the likes of Jackson Hayes, third baseman, to start things off here.
Yeah, and he gave up 3 walks in that appearance too. So have to see what he can do on the mound tonight. First time pitching at Shirley Povich Field.
0-1. Fastball misses after the breaking ball is in there, so a 1-1 count quickly. Chiaroto actually a two-way player. Number 9 ranked outfielder in all of Illinois. Or excuse me, 0-1 as that one is sawed off up the middle. Kind of a swinging bunt. Check swing as Gramesty is able to get him at first. As I was saying, Chiaroto was the number 2 overall outfielder in the state of Illinois and the number 9 overall player before he committed to Alabama, which is a fair place to commit if you're a top-level recruit like he was.
Yes, definitely. And at Alabama this season, only played 4 games, but 4.1 innings pitched and didn't give up an earned run this season and got a win, too.
0-1. It's a good pitch to Kai Lewin. Second time up. Righty Chiaroto delivers, and that fastball swinging again and quickly into an 0-2 hole.
You were kind of talking about the outfield ability of Chiaroto, and he did have an at-bat for the Big Train on June 26th against the Giants.
Struck out. 0-2, and that one misses. Breaking ball not in there. I think he might just go for the fastball again here. Lewin behind it twice. Fastball again. This one survived as he fouls it off into the parking lot after seeing it 3 times.
For Lewin, he did draw a walk in his first at-bat tonight.
1-2. Missed low as he'll try and do it again. Came back from an 0-2 count. Two and 2. As Chiaroto will get a pitch in there. Beautiful breaking ball for strike 3. Rolling a little bit now as he's got his first 2 batters extinguished. Big Train pitching have extinguished now the last 6 hitters.
That was a perfect breaking ball right there. Just stared at it. Lewin did there, but now 2 outs as Jack Ewart stepped into the plate.
First pitch, a fastball outside for Ewart. Had a single into right earlier, which set up a James Lehman fielder's choice, RBI, which was the first run of the game for them. A 1-0 turns to 2-0. That one misses inside again. Chiaroto again misses with that fastball and quickly into a 3-0 count. Walks have been his issue. And if he can find his way back on that 91 to 93 fastball, it's pretty easy to get back into counts if you can make sure it's in the zone at least. Fastball is a bit low, and Ewart will make his free pass to first on 4 pitches as it'll bring up James Lehman.
Yeah, that'll be Ewart's 15th walk this season, so kind of towards top half of the Ripken League, and Chiaroto's 4th of the year after giving up 3 against the Thunderbolts last time out.
So first pitch now distributed to Lehman. That one just a bit low again, so 5 straight balls from Chiaroto. This Maryland offense firing on all cylinders, but kind of has slowed down recently. Trying to light a spark tonight. A lot of their slug has been extradited out of the lineup.
Still a winning baseball team, still first in the South Division.
1-0. Half swing and down the line. Being 7-3 in your last 10 is pretty good way to do that. Big Train on a 4-game streak once again. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Had a pretty good record at home after starting 2-4, 4-0 since that point. Or excuse me, starting at 1-3 or now 5-1 since that point.
It's already crazy that we're about to enter the month of July.
1-1. You know, some of the world already has.
Yeah, well, that is true. It's 8 p.m. here in Bethesda, Maryland, but
Actually, everyone but us has. 2-1.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Righty delivers, and that one's just inside. So quickly a 3-1 count. 7 balls to 1 strike in his last 8 pitches as Lehman trying to get aboard again.
Yeah, and Chiaroto needs to find the zone with 2 outs.
3-1. Fastball missed inside. Runner will go. Gramercy collects off the carom pretty easily, but another walk administered.
That's not what you want against the Senators, and now a power bat comes up with Josh Saronis, who has a .500 slugging percentage and a .934 OPS this season.
Trying to break this lead. He serves as the lead runner. As man over at first is the tying runner. He would be the leading run, lead runner at second is attempted to be picked off as Ewart is able to dive back in time. So lefty Saronis will have a shot at it if he can collect and get a hold of a fastball. It certainly would go a long way to build on his homer, as that one misses inside. 2 homers this season, both in yesterday's matchup, I believe.
Yeah, against the Thunderbolts, he had 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and as we've seen with Zachary Malfazio for the Big Train, he hit a couple home runs. You keep it going, but we'll have to see for Saronis.
1-0 misses inside. It's a passed ball. Can't collect, and runners move over as very quickly now, 2 in scoring position after 2 quick outs. Things have been a little bit difficult, as actually it's going to be Brennan Wright to try and talk to Chiaroto. Let him know his guys are behind him, and all he has to do is get a ground ball. Doesn't need to strike everybody out.
Wright definitely a leader for this Big Train squad. Played here last season. Him kind of that right side of the infield with him and Emilio Gonzalez.
2-0. As the righty Chiaroto is just a little bit high. Can't seem to find that release point. Trying not to walk the bases full, but with Fulford at the top, kind of feels like this is the out you need to get in a 3-0 count, though. Saronis will watch strike 1 on the inside corner. Good pitch there as Chiaroto tries to work his way back. Probably going to rely on that fastball.
And it gets harder to really attack the zone when you have 2 runners in scoring position.
3-1's outside, and he can't seem to place either of his 2 pitches. Slider or fastball just not working right now. Fastball at 91 to 93 pretty consistently, but that slider 77 to 80. It's been very good in terms of what it looks like, but doesn't look like it's been in the zone too much, so needs to find a way to put that together. They'll talk briefly with Chiaroto as Lopez, the pitching coach, will come up and have a brief conversation with the righty.
Yeah, and I was kind of waiting, looking at that Big Train dugout to see when Craig Lopez, the Big Train's pitching coach, was going to come out there and just kind of try to calm down Chiaroto. He's a great voice of reason, and he's very good at calming the nerves for these guys. And TJ Gramercy, too, that's 2 guys you really want to listen to when you're on the mound and kind of just be like, well, it is bases loaded right now, but time to calm down and see if I can throw some strikes. Big Train still have 2 outs.
First pitch to righty. Chase Fulford, shortstop, stands in with a big spot here. Bases loaded. Tying run is on second base. They've got Giarotto surrounded as the first pitch is a ball low. Comes the 1-0. That one in there at the knees. Good pitch. As Fulford will just watch. Something's kind of taken off that fastball, it looks like a little bit.
Yeah, and I believe Giarotto's up to 25 pitches, and only 9 of them have been strikes.
Big wave and into a 1-2 count. Fastball doesn't move too much. It's kind of dead on where it starts, it finishes. 1-2. Slider is the opposite. Great break, so typically you can see immediately what he's going to throw. 1-2. That's slider missed. I mean, the guy is got such good stuff. He throws the slider harder than some guys throw their fastballs. 2-2.
You have to find the strike zone.
That one misses again, and the no swing order working well for Fulford and the rest of the squad. Has not seen a pitcher swing at a ball since Ewert.
What was the old like Nats sign in their spring training last year? It was like, I don't care how fast you throw ball 4.
Payoff. Big wave at that one. Fulford goes down swinging. Giarotto escapes the jam he's created himself, and the walk issue continuing, but he is an issue for the other team with how good his pitches are. 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom frame in the 4th inning on the Big Train Baseball Network.
Key from Keystone.
Keystone State pitcher out of Keystone College, Aiden Key, will have rights to the bump after Nick West.
Yeah, the Senators put in a right-handed pitcher now. Well, they had a right-handed pitcher in, but for Key this season, 3 games appeared in, 5.1 innings, a 16.88 ERA. He's given up 10 earned runs this year, only 1 strikeout, 3 walks.
Closes the day on the Yale Bulldog, Nick West. 3 innings pitched for him, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. As first man for Key will be Will Hack, the center fielder.
Yeah, and Hack, dangerous hitter, especially for coming out of the bullpen. Is the first guy you're going to face in this Big Train lineup.
First pitch missing outside. As Hack entering today, pretty good on the fielding side of things as well as the hitting side of things. OPS at the 700 mark, but he's been great with runners in scoring position. 1-0. Hits this one on the ground to the right side. Tough play for Lehman, but he's able to get there on one knee. He'll propose the first out of the inning, and Big Train will have to rely on TJ Gramesty in the 4th.
Yeah, and for Hack, he's going to try to get out of this little slump that he's in. He was 0 for 5 last night. Before that, against the Giants on the 27th, he was 0 for 3. But his ground out to the first baseman now turns to TJ Gramesty in the left side batter's box.
That one missing low to Gramesty. Catcher tonight,
Not a second baseman like last night.
or left fielder like the night prior.
Mm-hmm.
1-0 to the FAU product. That one misses just outside. Gramesty, a former top 50 MLB The Show 25 player.
That's very impressive right there.
That's hard to do. I'm no good at games, especially that one. 2-0. He delivers high. It's that breaking pitch, and Gramesty can't find it.
Got to ask him one of these days the hours spent, the minutes spent on MLB The Show. See how many he racked up. It's got to be a lot.
3-0. In there, it's a good fastball as he avoids the 4-pitch walk, the dreaded 4-pitch walk. All walks are kind of dreaded, so it's not really a bigger thing, but 3-1.
Doing it on 4 pitches looks a lot worse.
That's a good point. That one misses outside, and Gramesty has a second time on base today via the walk. He singled an RBI in the first. Gave that third run on the board as he will try and be the fourth. Parker Corbin trails him. Third baseman tonight. Got a very big bat. Just committed to Akron a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and for Gramesty, kind of going back to him, he's 5th in on-base percentage in the Ripken League, first on the big train. For Parker Corbin, he kind of has started to find a role for himself in this big train team. Some injuries have kind of propelled him, but he has recorded at-bat in the last 6 games for Bethesda.
Quick 1-0 count. Mentioned he's been very patient at the dish, sometimes to his fault, but not too much. He's gotten on base at a over 500, over 50% rate. As that one back to first, pickoff attempt does not get Gramesty, who lays like a fish out of water there on the hidden ball trick attempt, as Lehman laughs a little bit about it.
That's just Gramesty's personality. He's got a big one.
1-0. Riley Key trying to lock the big train down. 1-0 is in there. 1-1 count now.
For Corbin, he didn't play the June 18th game against the Senators, but the June 5th game, he did record a walk in that one last night against the Aces. He did have 2 walks. I think the Aces game previously on Thursday, another pickoff attempt towards first. Gramesty doesn't have to lay in the dirt this time, but for Corbin, I believe against the Aces on Thursday, he had 4 walks in that contest.
And he did. The golden walk. Ended up striking out his last time up, I believe. 1-1 is missed low. So quickly a 2-1 count now for one of 3 catchers in the lineup tonight, basically. He does play third, so Corbin's over there. But Gagan behind him on deck. Saw his father in a Knicks championship shirt. They are Mets fans, and I guess by proxy Knicks fans as well. 2-1. Obviously, Gagan's favorite player, Piazza.
It's a pretty good one right there.
Very good
if you're
one.
a Mets fan.
Shout out to my roommate Jack. He's a very big Mets fan, and I learned a lot about the Mets recently, especially that they're bad. 3-1 as Corbin tries to drive the runner further on. At first, Gramesty likely looking for a fastball here. He gets it, but that one's just on the outside portion. Corbin very selective, doesn't like it. That's our almost, I believe, 3 games ahead of the worst team in baseball.
Do like to see him as a Nats fan. Do like to see the Mets at the bottom. Those
3-2.
NLE standings.
Sawed backwards, and to tell you how much the season is going on, it is a little ridiculous. The Marlins are 45-40, which is Good enough for a wild card spot, but the Nats at 43 and 43 would be the second wild card in the AL, and they are nowhere near a playoff spot. They've got 4 games back in the NL.
It's been a surprise season from your White Sox this year.
It really has. Surprised to, not me though. I actually had some faith, not this much. 3-2, and he hits one in the air to left. Line drive, and a diving play doesn't get there. It's past the left fielder, Lewin, as one runner will score. Corbin to second. Couldn't make the play on the diving attempt, so it is a double for Corbin. He'll score a runner, and it's 4-1 Bethesda.
Kyle Lewin is a rising redshirt sophomore, but that looks like a play that someone with this much experience shouldn't have made. I feel like that ball was coming down, and he...
Lewin in left. Full count. Kind of dives at one and just can't get there. It's a good effort, but I think kind of just wasn't ready to dive and kind of went for it and just a little under it as the first one is right past Gagan's forehead. Kind of right above the bill of the helmet. Doesn't move at all, but runner does not go. Corbin is able to watch as it's collected.
Yeah, it's been a little tough on him, but that was a hard play for him out there in left field.
Yeah, I don't know if I really agreed with the dive either. I get you there. 1-0. Kind of just an into the decision moment because you know you're not going to catch it. You know it's going to get an out, and you can get really quickly into a different situation where you have 2 outs and a runner at first versus a base hit and 2 runners on for Jack Gagan as it's a 2-0 count very quickly. They'll come out and have a visit with Aiden Key, who's not been quite the lockdown arm they've been hoping for. Ron already played it, and he's kind of motioning towards his arm and elbow. Maybe mainly his shoulder.
Yeah, we'll have to see if West keeps on going for the win. He is tying his shoes out there in left field, so maybe give him benefit of the doubt. Maybe he tripped on something out there, but
yeah,
we'll see if West continues in this one.
It is damp enough and humid enough here that the grass, I feel like, almost always has some kind of dew point, but Aiden Key will have, see how many puns I can make about this, the Keys still as 2-0.
Key last year played at Keystone College, which is a D3 in Pennsylvania. Had 12 appearances, 21.1 innings pitched.
2-0's in there. It's a good fastball, and that could be the key to this at-bat. Sorry. 2-1. Too much tomfoolery. Key delivers. It's a good changeup. Kind of right in on the hands of Gagan. Misses a little bit upstairs. 3-1 quickly as Gagan, the brother of left-handed pitcher Bradley for the squad as well, has been very good this season. He's got to come on and help the injury-riddled staff and made his way into now a regular starting lineup. 3-1. Kind of saws this one off. He's hitting to a OPS tune of 764, 464 average. Has not had any slugs, so he's just getting on base a lot. And, I mean, it's said a lot in Moneyball for a reason. Why do we like this guy is he gets on base at a 464 rate exactly for Gagan.
Yeah, and it's the nature of the game. The injuries are going to pile up, and for the big train, feels like they keep on coming.
3-2 is skied in bloop territory as the center fielder Saronis will get there. Corbin won't even dare to tag as on that full count, they find a way through it. So quickly trying to navigate the jam that's been already made after Corbin's double. Scored Gramisty on the Kyle Lewin diving attempt. It kind of got past him. Cal Johnson has a runner with scoring position, and that's what you think about with Lewin there. The reason he goes after that ball is you don't want to give Johnson an at-bat. You don't want to go back to the top of the order, and that's a well-timed play to try and do it, but just couldn't get there. First pitch to Johnson. It's a pickoff attempt back over to second, and Corbin too far off the bag. He dropped it, and Fulford not too happy with himself there as had Corbin in every sense of the word, but just couldn't keep it in his glove.
Yeah, Corbin, that was little bit too far off the base. It's like a ghost out there, kind of just frozen, but gets back to be safe, because that ball is outside. I think tonight with Aiden Key on the mound, might have to ban the Key jokes from you, Carson.
Yeah, that's actually fair. That's totally good. 1-1. As Corbin trying to get in the head of Key now, knowing that he is aware of his presence, as this one's sawed off backwards.
Johnson tonight is 0 for 2, but does have the ability to hit one over the fence from the right side batter's box as a left-handed hitter. He showed it this season, hitting home runs from both sides of the plate.
Walked it off on Father's Day as that one misses inside. Key, another off-speed kind of in the dirt there.
That was a really special moment for Cal Johnson on Father's Day. His dad was in attendance. They had some batting practice before the game. Had some catch, too.
2-2. Line it up the middle, and this one's going to be just caught in the grass as it isn't quite a worm burner. Slowed down. Aiden Key not quite clocking the door, but a runner will score on one hit. Big Train led now to the top half of the fifth, up another run. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Braylon Gonzalez leads things off. Right fielder. We'll watch strike one. He is 0 for 2 on today. As this top pairing, 1 and 2 for both sides. A little bit different. Leadoff hitters combined for both squads are 0 and 6, but the second two-hole hitters, as this one to the right side, as I was about to talk about, right, he is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Braylon Gonzalez is now 0 for 3. So it's been that two-hole hitter that has kind of got things going for Bethesda. Been the first base runner in both the first and third inning. As that is an out. Grounds out over to that very man right.
On the flip side, it's good to see Chiarotto coming out here and still having some confidence on the mound. Gets an easy little ground out right there for the first out of this inning. Needs to find the strike zone.
This one lined in the air to right, kind of just down, and as Gonzalez chases after it, they'll round to 2, but Gonzalez will pick up the ball and fire it in on the infield. He plays a little bit of right, I suppose, there. As he gets all the way out there with Malvazio probably not going to get a chance at the catch. He just continues running, and quick single for Rame.
Yeah, and Gonzalez was far out there down the first base foul line, but now getting back to his natural position, the one that he's supposed to play tonight, which is first base.
Chiarotto already struck 2 out. Trying to build on that as this one's lined up the middle, past the diving glove of Johnson. Bouncing ball gets into the outfield, and it's 2 quick singles for a fastball that doesn't have too much run on it. So if you see it and can time it, it's not going to fool you. Another single for the likes of these guys, as Zach Anderson makes it for Southern Maryland, the Senators, now 2-on with Jackson Hayes, 0 for 2 on the night, trying to break that like the last two guys before him who were hitless.
Yeah, and for Hayes this season, he does have 3 doubles, no triples this season, 17 RBIs.
0-1 count. Chiaroto's first pitch in there. Righty delivers, and that fastball, good frame from Gramesty, but I think it was in there anyway.
Well, Chiaroto has found the strike zone, but is kind of getting, at least the Senators are making contact against these pitches, but I think
0-2 half swing, he's not able to hold off, and that is a foul ball.
Big Train coaching staff will probably be a little bit more happier that he is finding the zone at least, and I think he will like that out there, and he isn't walking guys anymore, but we'll have to see what he can do in this 0-2 count.
Chiaroto trying to hold a 4-1 lead. This one, this guy in the air to right, only down 6-4 after a 3-inning bottom of the third, or 3 runs, bottom of the third for Metro South County. They are up 6-4. If that result holds, Big Train will be a game back, and if this result holds, as the 0-2 tying run to the plate in the 5th inning. That one missed high, now quickly 1-2 to Jackson Hayes. He's the Yale Bulldog. 600 OBP on the year. That's a very big difference as he swings and misses at 1. That's sure to go down. Strikeout, another for the likes of Chiaroto, who has just been wheeling and dealing. Hard fastball and that difficult slider is a deadly pair when you can combine them together, and he's done a good job when he has hit the zone on the mound.
That was an impressive breaking pitch there from Chiaroto, but speaking of the Crop Dusters, we'll have to see whenever that June 6th game gets made up, if it will be. We'll have to see. That was suspended due to darkness.
1-0. Two other reschedules coming through as righty Chiaroto will deliver. That one missing outside to Kai Lewin, who made that diving play out there. And you mentioned he kind of fell to his knees, and it was a difficult play because he had slid, thinking that he was going to be close enough to make the play on that slide, but didn't get enough forward, and he kind of just had to dive. So difficult spot he put himself in there. 2-0 as he hacks at this one, trying to make up that 1 run lost with the man at second. Turns to a 2-1.
It was just a weird play earlier for him, but just has to kind of clear his mind, get back to it in left field. But those made-up games will be July 8th against the Thunderbolts. It's a makeup of June 28th. And July 16th against the DC Grays at Shirley Povich Field. Both those games at Shirley Povich.
Even though that is the part of a doubleheader for the Grays game, it is a 9-inning game as well. Both of those are 6 p.m. first pitches. So mark your calendars, folks. Also, mark your calendars for tomorrow. Come out to Shirley Povich, 5 p.m. game versus only 4 p.m. meet and greet for the Big Train Fan Fest. Free admission for all fans as they take on the top team in the North. 2-2. Chiaroto delivering with runners on, trying to extinguish Lewin. Slider is tattooed into right in the gap, but Malvazia will get it. Too much air under that for the FAU outfielder. Big Train, 4-1. They strand 2 more runners here in this top half of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom as they try and extend on a 4-1 lead. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Sean McAvoy. It's minor league baseball night tonight, and we have a blue crab as well as a green thing. I don't really know what. I think it's a dragon, maybe, but
It's kind of like the Philly Fanatic, but they do have names, Carson. That would be
I didn't know either of them. I'll be honest. I think it's
There'll be-
Clarence, right?
yes, the crab, and
Yes.
then Louis
Louis.
is the green one. We also have
We'll have Gus later in the season from the Fredericksburg Nationals, who is really scary. That's like terrifying. We're seeing a picture of him right now. 1-0, sun setting. A beautiful Shirley Povich night, as they've almost all been. Baseball been just as good. First pitch to Brennan Wright was a ball. Here comes the second, right up the middle, as Key can't get it. Kind of swings at it, but could not club it down. So a base hit leadoff for Brennan Wright, who is now 2 for 2 on the day. He has just been fantastic.
completely agree with that statement, Carson. That was a nice little knock right there. Key gets out of the way and leads up for Wright getting a single.
But you don't agree with me that the big, terrifying purple mascot of Fredericksburg is in fact terrifying? I'm scared. I used to be scared of mascots very much. The only one I did not find scary was Benny the Bull, as the first pitch is in there for a strike against Gonzalez.
I've heard of people having that fear, but I don't know. It's an interesting look for. I mean, it is the Nationals. Who can you have as a mascot?
Like a president. I feel like
Well-
they've got 3 presidents. They've got, what, a lot to choose from. You go out there, just put a, I don't know, like,
Yeah,
I can't think of a single other president other than the guys that they have already. 0-1. That one just outside. On
did you
the,
name them all that the Nats
what?
have? The racing presidents?
Yeah. It's Abe, Theodore Roosevelt, or Teddy Roosevelt, I guess, and George Washington, right? Is it not George Washington?
No, it is.
It is,
He
it
was
is.
here a
Okay.
couple nights ago.
1-1. Oh, you didn't fully know, did you? Okay. Ground ball left side. Gonzalez trying to get it through that shortstop hole. Great play on it from Fulford, but he can't beat it. 1-1 count, and he grounds one over the left side, and it is a base hit for Gonzalez.
There's also Tom. Afraid about
Who?
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, Tom. Yeah, okay. That's not. What do you want? Nickname basis with Thomas? July 4th coming up here soon. America's 250th anniversary. I'll be at the Nats game for that one. Very excited. A lot of fun plans around here. I'm actually pretty sure every single player is going to the Nats game on the Big Train team. I did not know that.
You gonna go say hi?
No. Those guys get enough of me talking their ear off. Let them have their one day free of me. 1-0. That one missed low. Second pitch to Malvasio, and he's in a 2-0 count. He's seen 2 2-0 counts already. Key kind of leaving the door a little bit open here. Some might say unlocked, as he's got 2 runners on. Nobody out. 2-0. Ground ball right up the middle over the head of Key. Pretty good double play ball, as he can get it himself over at second. Good play from Rame. Steps on second on the ball up the middle and delivers to first. Runner over at third, but it's 2 outs off the bat of Malvasio.
Here comes Brian Foscolo up to bat, and does move right to third off of that hit right there, but now 2 outs for the Big Train. And I thought, Carson, we banned the Key jokes, but I guess not.
Didn't quite think there was a lock on it. First pitch is swinging from Foscolo. Saw a kind of hanging breaking ball. Wanted to take that one into left for his second homer of the year, but just couldn't. A little ahead of that.
Oh, I'll give you your props on that last one. No, that one got me. So
I think all of them have got you at this point. 0-1. This one kind of blooped into right field. Going to be a tough play on it for Gonzalez, but he gets in there in time. So runner stranded at third. Big Train can't make anything of 2 on, nobody out, as a double play ball kind of thwarts that effort. Big Train still up 4-1 as we head now to the top of the 6th. Game kind of moving now after early traffic. the third inning of work for Chiaroto, who has struck out quite a few batters. I mean, three total, but it has been quite a powerful day for him on the mound. 2-pitch mix, fastball, slider. Not much to handle. Still hitless against him until that last inning where 2 singles went this. As that is a perfect bunt up the line. Good golly. Leadoff from Jack Ewert, and he's on with a early single. That was, I mean,
And
textbook.
That got Parker Corbin on that one, too. He was waiting for it to go foul. It doesn't. Corbin picks the ball up, and that's a single right there.
Ewert keeps the hot day going, now 2 for 2 with a walk. Joins, I suppose Brennan Wright is the only players today with 2 hits. That brings up James Lehman, the first baseman, as that one is just a little bit outside on the hard fastball. Lehman committed to Xavier recently in his 3rd year now. Excuse me, 2nd year of Cal Ripken Senior League play. In 24, he played for the Grays. Not play summer ball last year.
Good
2-0.
Ohio school right there. Xavier, Big East. It's in Cincinnati.
I was wondering, 2-0.
Yeah.
This one slugged into center. Hack going back on it, and he's got it. Good catch as he has to work to his left and right for the first out of the inning. I always confuse Xavier with Butler, and I guess
Butler
some
is-
sports news in
yeah.
basketball. Butler going to host the in-season tournament championship.
NBA Cup, I believe that's what we're calling it now.
It is an in-season tournament,
Yeah.
not the in-season tournament. I suppose you're right. Yeah, the Knicks won the NBA Cup last year. First team to hold 3 trophies in NBA history. First pitch in there. That was the NBA Cup Eastern Conference Finals trophy, which exists. I don't remember if there's a name. There probably is. 0-1, and obviously Larry O'Brien has that one pick off back to first. Very close. Gonzalez nearly got him.
It's kind of like that World Cup's going on, so I'm thinking about soccer and that treble when you hold 3 trophies at a time, and it's kind of made its way into basketball.
0-1, runner goes, and this one a little bit high. I think what sometimes is lost on American fans is the fact that you aren't playing teams from other leagues. Like, you're not going to see PSG, the basketball team, which is funny that there are a lot of those soccer teams own a basketball team and have the same name, but you won't see PSG be playing the Knicks, and that's kind of what I think the appeal is in it.
Barcelona, Real Madrid, they all play EuroLeague teams.
1-1 is in there. Now a 1-2 to Saronis. Tailing this lineup, he's committed to Delaware. Will be fighting for the Blue Hens in the spring. 1-2, our producer from Delaware, Becca, as that's a half swing, strike anyway, and a beautiful slider from Chiaroto is painted for his 4th K, 2nd out of this 3rd inning of work for him, 6th of the game.
That was an impressive pitch right there from Chiaroto, and I feel like he's starting to be comfortable out there and kind of get rid of the shakiness from his first inning of work. But 2 outs now in
First
top of
pitch
6th inning.
misses to Chase Fulford. 1-0 as the sky turns a strawberry hue. It's a beautiful night tonight, more like strawberry lemonade. 1-0. Chiaroto trying to get out of this with a runner in scoring position. Singled and stole was Jack Ewert on one of the best bunts I have seen in my entire life, to be honest. Certainly the best in person.
I would completely agree with that.
1-1. Felt like some Rays baseball. Hard right side liner. It gets up from Gonzalez, and he got it off the bounce. Gets over to first, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Chiaroto gets some help from his first baseman. Big Train have a 4-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Welcome back on the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cass, joined by Sean McAvoy tonight. Man on the mound, Aiden Key for his third inning of work. Will try and keep the door locked, but the Big Train will look for a key under the mat. Will Hack will lead things off this time up. Center fielder will have a go at it after Foscolo was not able to come up with anything.
You got to put a counter up with the amount of key jokes you've made tonight.
That would require effort and a graphic that I don't want to make.
Well,
First pitch swinging.
okay. Well, I guess I should have been counting it on my own.
Yeah. Sorry. 0-1. I believe we are approaching double digits at this point, as Hack unable to come up with anything there. 0-1, he lines one right up the middle, a bit of a worm burner, caught by Rame at that second position, looming over towards shortstop, and he gets the out to first. Good throw across the body.
Yeah, that was a good throw there, and second baseman Cole Rame kind of mimics his pitcher's motion in Key that he just jumped up to miss the ball, and Rame got it, threw it over to first baseman James Lehman.
So that brings up TJ Gramesty, who's 1 for 1 in the night. Walk and an RBI single. First pitch missing to him. Walks quite a bit. OBP kind of second on this team. I think Parker Corbin still has a higher OBP mark. Nope, it's first.
I believe, yeah, Gramsty is first. He's 5th in the Ripken League. Pretty good number.
2-0 has himself a walk count. Or a hitter's count. Depends on what you call it, but nobody calls it a walk count. 2-0. Key delivers, and Gramesty saws one off foul.
And Gramesty's on-base percentage is very high, as we just talked about, but his stolen bases, he's 5th in the Ripken League in that mark, too. 4 behind the Senators' Chase Fulford. So if he gets on base, watch out. He might try to steal.
2-1. Ooh. Off the back of Gramesty, who leads the team in hit by pitches. I believe he is second in the league in hit by pitches, and 10 will isolate him at that second position. No longer tied with other members at 9. I believe there was a ace or a Gaithersburg Giant that was also at 9 hit by pitches, but not something you want to be high in the league for. But you know what? 28 free passes, 10 of them the painful way. I think he'll take that, as Big Train will watch Key get a second mound visit.
He will actually be second in the league in hit by pitches. It's actually the Senators' Jackson Hayes that has 11.
Ow.
It's actually 2 Senators that are up there, because Gramsty was just tied with Senators' Chase Fulford.
Neither Fulford or Hayes have been plunked yet. Neither of them also got a hit. 0-7 between the two of them. And a strikeout. Pair of strikeouts. That'll be the end of Keys Day. We'll be right back on the Big Train Baseball Network. 4-1. They'll go to the bullpen, try and make a call for a fresh horse. We'll run her on first. It'll be Ethan Adams, right-handed arm out of Georgia State, and more importantly, Anchorage, Alaska. Comes in for his 5th appearance of the year as the Senators are looking for somebody from the last frontier to try and get them through this one.
Yeah, the Alaska native has pitched 7 innings this season, a 10.29 ERA and a 2.71 WHIP. He's given up 8 runs, but has struck out 10 batters. But on the flip side of that, 11 walks. He has pitched against Big Train this season. June 18th, he threw 41 pitches, 2 innings, giving up 3 hits, no earned runs, and striking out 3 Big Train batters.
Alaska, a word of Alouette, indigenous descent, meaning the mainland. Something I picked up when I was there.
Pretty impressive going from Alaska all the way to Georgia State.
Yeah, he ended up moving earlier, played his high school ball at Georgia State, or in Georgia, excuse me. Kind of tough to play high school ball at Georgia State, but in fairness, there are college preparatory programs. Not one for Georgia State specifically, as the first pitch misses to Parker Corbin. Runner on. In the bottom of the 6th. Adams delivers as that one misses. Runner is Gramesty. He goes, and fantastic play, but Fulford just isn't able to get there. Gramesty is quick. Anderson, I think, maybe even quicker, but just couldn't get the throw off in time.
Yeah, and that's another stolen base for TJ Gramesty. He's up to 13 this season, which good mark for him.
2-0 count to Parker Corbin. Stolen base, second on the day for the squad. Brennan Wright had the first. 2-0 as Corbin fouls this one into the parking lot.
Yeah, and for Adams, he second team all-region in his junior senior years at Alpharetta High School in Georgia, but at Georgia State in 2026 did not see any game action.
So the 2-1 count for Corbin. After that foul off, runner on second is his catcher friend Gramesty. 2-1. That one just out of play. 2-2 quickly. Alaska state food, I believe. State vegetable? Unsure which, but it is kelp pickles is the state something, and that is pickled kelp. Thank you to our producer for giving us that information. That's would you
Very
try
interesting.
pickled kelp?
If I was in Alaska, yeah. Delicacy?
Not outside?
Probably not.
Probably not. 2-2. Adams delivers inside. It's a full count after Corbin has to avoid it at his shins.
Corbin is from Ohio, went to University of Maryland, not as far as a travel from Alaska to Georgia State like Adams, but now Corbin is going back to Akron.
3-2, that one right up the middle. Diving play from Rame, not able to get there as Gramesty will round. Throw to the plate. It's a tough throw from what ended up being the right fielder, Gonzalez. They have to cut it off because it was just not going to get in there. Definitely had him beat. Throw was way wide, and it is 5-1. Another RBI for Corbin on the day. He drives in Gramesty a second time. Big Train's lead now 4.
I like to see that offense kind of from the bottom of your order, the kind of bottom little bit of this order. It's Jack Gagan now up to hit, and he's the 9th batter, but 8th batter Parker Corbin bringing home TJ Gramesty, who's hitting 7th.
The only time I've ever eaten salmon has been in Alaska for Adams, and he is looking to try and find his way to swim back into this one.
Well,
bit of an upstream battle.
Key jokes are done. Yeah.
5-1 the score. Gagan now battling in the box, designated hitting tonight. Portal catcher as 1-0. Delivered from Adams. It's just inside to Gagan, who's been quite patient at the plate tonight. Popped out and grounded out on 2-3-2 counts.
Yeah, he's, as you said, he's in the portal now, but played last season at Tusculum, where he played in 32 games, but for the Big Train only played in 8. averaging 300.
That one just in there. Now a 2-1 count as the fastball is just on the top part of the zone.
I want to say you have a way with puns, getting them in.
Two one, and that one good pitch on the low portion of the zone. We'll talk more about Adams on Alaska. Thank you, by the way. I didn't even say thank you. I was so locked in
You're
on what I
welcome.
was doing. I was looking at the official languages of Alaska. There's 23 of them.
Well,
Some of
that
them
is
mostly
impressive.
Alaska native languages. That one outside, and bit of a wild pitch. Adams moved the count to 3-2, and will also move the runner Corbin over to second. Gagan fighting in on that 3-2.
You had Adams after that pitch kind of doing a jersey tug saying, my fault, to his catcher, Zach Anderson.
Beautiful night like tonight. Gagan trying to move a runner in. 3-2. They go full. We'll dance again with 2 strikes. It is a perfect breaking ball right on the outside. Corgan. Gagan strikes out looking tough one to watch.
Yeah, not what you want to do there for Jack Egan, who's had a slow night tonight. I believe he's 0 for 3 from the plate now. So, but brings up top of the order, Cal Johnson.
0 for 3 tonight. Fantastic season so far. Had a walk-off home run on Father's Day. First pitch swinging, and he is unable to connect with that one. Adams finds a strike there. Oh, 1 Adams out of Alaska. Trying to cool off this big train offense as that one missing inside, 1-1.
He's been pretty impressive to start this. It's only up to 12 pitches now, I believe. Maybe a little bit more as stat service a little bit slower to update, but
1-1. Missing inside, and now quickly into a 2-1 count. Bit of piece of trivia for you. You're from Indiana. Well, the school, Indiana. You're from
I
the
go
area
there,
here.
yeah.
You go to Indiana.
yes.
Who is the all-time leading home run hitter in Indiana baseball history?
Schwarber?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
2-1. I believe so. Delivers outside.
I'm going to take your word for it.
I shouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm going to go look that up
Sounds
really
like it.
quickly.
Speaking of another Indiana baseball alum, Micah Nori, now head coach of Trailblazers, I believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to hear that fun fact last week.
He is the all-time leader of a Indiana player in the MLB, as that is a swing and a miss. Count now full to Johnson.
Yeah, we'll have to see
Oh.
about.
Yo, he's not close. 3-2. It is the single home run leader in a season, I believe. Big wave, and he's under that one. Cal Johnson strikes out swinging for out number 3. Big Train are able to get a run in on Parker Corbin single to add on. Now 5-1 on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Going to be the first appearance, career debut for Aiden Parker, the rising sophomore, 6'8", out of George Mason.
Yeah, on the roster he's listed as 6'7", but we asked him today before this game, and he said he was 6'8". And as someone who's 6'2", looking up at him, I was pretty impressed by that length. But at George Mason, he played in 13 games, made 9 starts, 39.2 innings pitched, a 4.99 ERA, struck out 21 batters, gave up 22 earned runs, and was 3-1 win-loss in the year.
We also have a brief correction to make because we were so off. It's Devin Taylor, who just graduated after 3 years with the Hoosiers.
And he's leading by 7 home runs. Got 54.
Also forgot about Mike Smith. Yes, that Mike Smith, the Hall of Famer, I believe.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of on me.
No, not the Hall of Famer.
But
Only Division player ever, D1 player ever to hit for a Triple Crown, but not the same Mike Smith we and you are thinking of. I realized 1992 was the season. Smith was playing in the 80s, so.
But yeah, it's kind of on me right there, guessing Schwarber. But he's still on the list. He's still 8th, but 14 home runs behind Devin Taylor.
By the way, Parker making his debut for the Big Train at 6'8". Kind of becomes interesting. His fastball gets an extra kind of tick of velo. He's so tall that the way he's releasing the ball, it's just further out than other guys, so it's kind of a bit more difficult to see it out of his hand because it doesn't leave his hand for kind of an extra few feet. Comes a bit faster, and he already throws some serious gas as it's a 2-2 count to Braylon Gonzalez, who's led off the 5th, now the 7th, as a big wave at that one. First career batter and a first career strikeout for Aiden Parker.
That was impressive at that there for Parker, and the nerves haven't gotten to him yet, but kind of speaking about that, you see a guy in the MLB with Jacob Mizorowski in that 6'7" frame, and he's pumping 105 miles per hour, I feel like, in his recent game, or 104. And
I mean, like, that's every game.
yeah, it's impressive, and that body kind of allows him to do that. For Parker, he's not that fast, but
Yeah.
it's the frame that gives him a chance to throw some high velo.
0-1. As first pitch swinging, Parker again. Fastball is taken care of. Gonzalez can't get it off his glove, kind of throws it over the second baseman, and that will be safe. See what that is ruled as, and it'll go down as E3. Easier play for Gonzalez, enough to warrant an error. So Cole Rame reaches, this time on an error. He's 1 for 3 today, or 1 for 4. Oh, yeah, 1 for 3, today with that error. Single and a walk already, so he's been on 3 times. It brings up Zach Anderson.
Yeah, for Parker, he was captain of the baseball team at First Colonial High School in Virginia Beach. He also seemed like he was a member of the golf team in swimming.
Oh,
which
that makes
those
sense.
are 2 sports right there where if I saw a guy that was 6'8", I'd be a little bit nervous.
I would lose. (1-0). Half swing from Anderson, and now a 1-1 count. This guy kind of draining color now as night upon us at Shirley Povich Field. Raymond at first. Parker, a big swing and miss. I mean, this got some good stuff. Most of it kind of from that 11 p.m., 10 p.m. arm angle. I guess it's 11 to 10 o'clock either way, no matter what part of the day it is. I'm not sure where I got that from, but either way, 1-2 count now. Latter half of this inning as he tries to approach it. (1-2), just outside. It's a good pitch. Could not find it.
Yeah, and he's really impressed. It's only been 2 batters faced, but I guess 3 batters faced actually, but Parker's been impressive to start his Big Train debut, and that's another strikeout right there.
Swing and a miss. Zach Anderson can catch up to some serious heat. Another strikeout as another one goes down swinging, and Gonzalez, Anderson on the strikeout tally. It'll be Jackson Hayes as Parker try and find another.
Yeah, we'll have to see after this game what he's hitting on these fastballs, but even from up here, these look very fast.
Sure, it looks quite as quick down there. Both guys swinging and missing on a strikeout. Obviously, a fastball.
For a strikeout.
For a strikeout. 1-0. Parker just misses. First 2-0 count. He's administered. He's 0 for 3 on the night, trying to right the ship, play tugboat to his evening.
Yeah, and for Parker, he's kind of Virginia native, stayed there to play college baseball. George Mason was Atlantic 10 Conference All-Rookie team.
2-0, and that one makes it into the zone. It's a good pitch. Two one. Now as Parker tries and gets out of the 7th. That one missing a bit low. See how much Parker goes. 9 starts at George Mason last year. Ended up earning his way onto the Atlantic 10 Conference All-Rookie team.
He did earn 3 wins, too, over the course of the season.
3-1 and a big wave. Count now full. Hayes in tough spot, trying to deal with the man on the mound who just has been overwhelming his stuff. Great all day. All outing.
If Parker can...
3-2. Big swing and a miss. Cuts him down. Strikes out the side in his first ever appearance for Bethesda. Big Train riding high, up 5-1. We'll stretch on the Big Train Baseball Network. Bottom 7 here in Bethesda. Ethan Adams back on the mound. Anchorage, Alaska native will try and freeze over this Big Train lineup, hitting very well. 5-1 the lead. Hasn't been quite the extravaganza hit party that we've seen them have throughout the year, but he'll try and keep it going. As leading off will be Brennan Wright, who has been fantastic tonight. 2 for 2 with a walk.
Yeah, it's only 8 hits for the Big Train, but when you're up by 4 runs, that's the only thing that matters at this point.
Just out of save territory unless, oh wow, just gets away from the pitcher on the throwback. As going for the save, if he continues his day fully, will be Aiden Parker. Parker's first appearance of the year, and he struck out the side with an error in the middle. 6'8", 210, that guy is enormous. 1-0. He is taller than Felix Bautista, the Mountain, who is 6'7".
taller than a mountain, what could your nickname even be?
Everest?
That's the tallest mountain.
Well,
so it's
the
gotta be
taller
taller
than a mountain, not the. I mean, I guess would Everest be the mountain is the question. 2-0. Important discussions happening here in the booth. Hitters count for Brennan Wright. Righty delivers and outside. The 3-0 quickly as Adams kind of seeming to lose the second team All Sun Belt South Alabama Jaguar.
Yeah, for Adams tonight, he does have 2 strikeouts, I believe. So see if he can kind of get that back. But it's a 3-0 count against Wright.
That one in there. Good pitch. And I want to start something I'm going to start doing here in these bottom 7th to give you a trivia question to end the game. There is 6 teams. Actually, we'll go after this batter. 3-1.
Let's make sure our trivia question is actually correct this time.
This one is right.
Okay.
3-1. Misses outside. Brennan Wright will walk. But there is 6 teams that share names. So I guess 12 teams that share 6 names among all 4 major sports leagues. There is 6 names that are shared by 2 teams. So as an
you're saying, like, the
example,
Kings
that are currently there, you shouldn't give away an answer,
by fault.
which you did. But for example, the Oilers, this doesn't count. There's 6 current teams, but the Oilers had the Houston Oilers and the Edmonton Oilers at the time. What are those 6 franchises? I guess 5, including the Kings, as that is a good example, Sacramento and LA.
So
But that's a trivia question for the day.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking.
I'll let you.
me.
You mean you can?
Yeah, okay.
You can get my paper here and try and figure it out. But Gonzalez will try and lay down a bunt. It's a pretty good one over the left side. Adams collects, throws to first. Not in time. How about that? Triple Crown winner, and last year, this season, he has been a spark plug, doing whatever he can to break out of his slump. And a perfect bunt down the left side gives them another base runner with no outs.
You saw the Senators pull off a perfect bunt earlier, and Gonzalez gets one back for the big train. That one was impressive right there as Zachary Malfazio talks to head coach Sal Colangelo and now steps into the left side batter's box, the righty.
Maybe ask something about a pitch. Adams, this season, trying to just escape more damage. He's got a 10 ERA, actually 10.29, tick below 1030. Hitters are hitting 348 against him this year.
Can I get the Rangers for your trivia question, too?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like you should probably, I mean, you could be saying these. I don't know. Should we say these or should we, like, reveal all the answers in the 9th or something?
Should have thought about this pregame.
Yeah,
but
I thought about it pregame and then didn't mention it.
well, there's no one else in the booth, so.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's just us, 1-0. But we appreciate all of you watching back home.
Yes.
We know a lot of you are watching family members and friends play, and sometimes you're just fans, and that's people we all appreciate everyone for tuning in. I've been Carson Cass, by the way, with Sean McAvoy, writer for The Big Train. You can see his stuff at bigtrain.org, BIGTRAIN.org, as Zachary Malvazio swings and misses at a 2-0.
There's probably a couple people listening from Illinois, from your hometown.
Yeah,
Chicago.
probably my mom and my dad.
Maybe a couple more. but
Yeah.
That's a good too.
Well, Chirotto,
I probably got
Illinois
some
native,
fans in
had a great
Indiana,
pitching
too,
appearance.
so.
Yeah. Chirotto, the Illinois native from Edwardsville, had a great appearance already. 3 innings pitched. No earned runs as that one is skied out of play. 2-2 count.
Chirotto's teammate Jackson Ketchum talked to him, kind of caught up with him before this game, kind of talked about the College World Series, even though Alabama went 0-2, got eliminated only after 2 games, but he was like, it was a great time, a really fun experience, and he just loved being there and kind of interacting with all the fans in Omaha.
It's a great fan base out there in Tuscaloosa as the 2-2, a big wave. Great pitch by Adams. Malvazio goes down swinging. The first out, Ryan Foscolo will tail. After that is a hanging curveball that is very tempting to go after. I think I talked over you. There was an Indiana shout-out, by the way. I feel like you should get to that. I hadn't heard you talking. We were both
talking over each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my fault. But shout out to
our
everybody
fault.
listening in Indiana. My fault.
Sure. 2 I-states, one of 3 in the United States.
Not sure why I know that off the top of my head. Shout out Idaho, I guess. But
Whoa, there should be 4 then with Iowa.
oh gosh, that's a pretty big miss. That's like an egregious miss. Especially, wow.
We got
Whoa.
stopped doing trivia.
No more trivia. I mean, that wasn't really trivia. I was just wrong. 0-1. Excuse me. Foscolo. One misses outside. University of Kentucky redshirt freshman. He is 1 for 3 on the day. That one was a 2 RBI single that took the first lead of the game, which they have since not relinquished. And I was talking a little bit about Chiaroto's start earlier today. We never talked about his full day on the books. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. 0-1. As Foscolo lifts this one pretty high and deep to right, but out of play.
Kind of going towards the kids' fun zone over there, but here comes. Well, the kid's kind of running over, trying to get that foul ball, but Foscolo now 0-2 count. Pitchers count with runners on second and first.
Not to scoreboard watch, but we are definitely doing that with only top of the division. Big Train are 2 games back. They're currently down 9-5 to Metro South County in the bottom of the 5th inning. That result holds, and this one does. Big Train will go into their game tomorrow with the opportunity to take tied possession of the division as Foscolo waves at that fastball on 0-2. 2 strikeouts for Adams here in a row to quickly get 2 outs with 2 on.
And it feels like this season has just started, but we're already thinking about the playoffs, and it's already basically July. I mean, 9 p.m. on June 30th, but the Big Trains still have to get through this one, and the Braves have to try to keep a lead against the Crop Dusters.
Senators in a much less stressful situation on their side of things. They are 4.5 games up on the next closest team, Alexandria, who did just reclaim a lead.
Against the Giants.
2-run shot did that, and they added some more on after that. As Adams will step off, get a collection time. Time still running on the pitch clock, but he will come set pretty quickly here.
Interested, too, with we're talking about the top of the North Division between the Crop Dusters and the Big Train, but kind of that bottom of the South Division kind of fighting, as that one is a ball to make no 2-0 count, but kind of fighting for that kind of last playoff spot, not to be eliminated between the DC Grays and the Metro South County Braves. Braves are up, got a 2-game lead against DC.
Grays lost twice to Metro South County in recent weeks, as that is a beautiful 2-0 curve. I think just missed low. That's
That was close right there.
a tough call for Adams. I think that ends up just diving out of the zone before it got there. If it had moved 2 or 3 inches forward, would have been perfect pitch. 3-0. Hitters count to Hack. No green light as that one just passes by him on Broadway. He won't call for the taxi. 3-1. Hack trying to drive home a runner at second base. It's the quick Brennan Wright with Emilio Gonzalez tailing him at first, who laid down a perfect bunt single they're trying not to let go to waste. The 5-runner stranded today for Bethesda. 3-1, and that's a good pitch. Strike now, full count. We'll have payoff.
We'll have to see what Hack can do here, but Big Train already up by 4 runs, trying to add on a couple more in the 3-2 count with 2 outs.
Full count, you mentioned, trying to add on to this 4-run lead. Payoff for Adams. Outside, and he walked him. Gets away from Anderson, and no more damage other than the walk, but it will bring up the next man up, TJ Gramesty, who is not been extinguished yet tonight. 1 for 1, an RBI single. He's walked and scored 2 more times. They'll hope that trend continues with Adams, who's kind of struggled to dart the zone up.
Yeah, and here comes TJ Gramsci in a big spot right here. He's got a 311 average and a 923 OPS. So have to see what he can do if the base is loaded.
Adams surrounded. First pitch to Gramesty, swinging left side ground ball. Collected by Hayes, he fires it in over to second base, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Big Train strand 3. 8 total on the day. We'll head now towards the top of the 8th inning as the Senators happy to escape with a 4-run lead there.
Second time on the mound for Parker. On his young season, he's already struck out the side. He'll go deeper into this lineup. Kyla Wynn will lead things off for Southern Maryland as they try and draw closer down 5-1 on the Big Train Baseball Network. I'm Carson Cass, joined by Sean McAvoy, the writer to my left. Good lead tonight. Good night tonight.
Especially the weather before this heat wave comes over the DMV area. But Parker on the mound. So that one goes foul right there. But Carson, can I answer another section of that trivia question from
course.
earlier? Can I get the Jets?
Yes, you
With
can get the
Winnipeg and
Jets.
New
That's
York.
3. So you have gotten the Kings.
The Rangers and the Jets.
Yeah,
I'll
the
kind of go
Jets.
through them slowly. Let our viewers have some time.
Well, also there's a game going on, and I think it's probably hard to think about both at the same time.
I would agree with that.
Okay. I was wondering. I was curious. Sorry, that was more of a question.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know if
I would
you were a
agree with that.
brainiac like.
Like you?
No,
So-
I was gonna say honestly like Peabody, that dog in Peabody and Sherman. I watched that movie recently. 1-1. That one misses, and
I can tell.
2-1. That movie's underrated. That's all I wanted to say.
Kyla Wynn 0 for 2 on the night. He's walked and scored in the second inning. Two and one, just in there. It's a good pitch for Hopper. Fastball riding about 89. Slider to be paired with it. He's another two-pitch mix, same two-pitch mix, but his slider is about 83. Looks a little bit more kind of like a cutter. It moves fully horizontally. As that one missed outside, now a full count. I mean, it is going to be so hot tomorrow and through Saturday.
Friday, it's an away game, I believe, in Olney. That's not going to be fun. That's a strikeout there for Parker.
Kyla Wynn caught looking. Well, fireworks that night in Olney. Unfortunately, we're on a radio broadcast, so you can listen to us, and then go over to their stream, I believe, at the end. I think they'll host the video of it. Or just come to the ballpark. First Responder Field is one of the lovely ones. Got Kona Ice. Try and cool off on the, pretty lax and breezy 100-degree day. First pitch to the next man. Jack Ewart is a strike. He is yet to be extinguished today. 4 Ks already.
We have Kona Ice here, Shirley Povich Field. That's your thing, and that can help some fans cool off.
0-1, big wave at a curveball, and he is kind of hard to get after right now. On the mound, Parker has just been wheeling and dealing. The 0-2. Survival swing as this one is fouled off into the parking lot. I think it just hit a car. Bit of a
Hopefully not, but if you park close enough, then there's a chance.
There is a
Almost
chance.
had that happen to me at Metro South County.
Remember that? We moved our cars.
Yes.
0-2. That one just a bit high.
That previous swing from Ewart, the ball that went foul, he was just trying to put something in the zone.
1-2. Got him swinging. 5 Ks for Parker. He is rolling in his Big Train debut. Just absolutely flame-throwing it.
Completely agree, Carson. I mean, for a guy, this is, I believe, his first or one of his first days with the Big Train, but his first game that he's appeared in the Ripken League, and especially later in the season as you enter July, and by the end of this month, we'll be in the playoffs. It's impressive to have an arm like this for the Big Train.
First pitch missing low to James Lehman, I mean, having an arm like him go very suddenly into this pen is huge. First off, I'm not sure he'll be in the pen too much longer. I assume he will be taking regular starts. He started a lot last year. 1-0. One of the big things he said he wanted to work on was getting more out of his starts and out of his appearances. Wanted to get more innings into games, as he believes he can be an even better starter for the Patriots, where he'll be returning in the spring. 2-0. Big wave. He's able to connect with some part of it, as Lehman now into a 2-1 count.
And early in the season for the Big Train, when they were kind of not on the right side of the games, they were kind of losing a good amount, but it was kind of their bullpen letting them down as
Skied in the air to center field. Hack under it.
that will end this top 8th frame. Fantastic work so far from Aiden Parker. 5 strikeouts to start his day. 2 innings pitched already. He's likely to come back out for his 3rd in the top of the 9th for the save. However, we'll go to the bottom of the 8th first. Big Train one more frame to add on to a 5-1 lead on the Big Train Baseball Network. Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Now pitching for the side of the Senators, it's Conlon Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor this season out of Binghamton University, another guy on the Senators from the New York school. 7 games that he's appeared in 11 innings. Hasn't given up an earned run this year, a 0.91 whip. Only walked 2 batters, 13 strikeouts for him, and a 2-0 record in those games.
Trying to build on what was a rough year at Bing. For those very Bearcats, he'll try and attack again. Corbin, the leadoff man here. He is 2 for 3 on the night, a double, a single, both of which brought home 2 runs in the 4th and 6th, respectively. As we now enter the 8th, Big Train looking to tag on to a 5-1 lead. Arguably the best man out of the pen, Conlon Taylor, is a hard guy to get a hit off of, but Big Train will try and continue a streak of what has been seeing the best arm in a bullpen or in a staff and demolishing it. 0-1. Good pitch in there. Now quickly 0-2 on 2 breaking balls to Corbin.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what Taylor can do. Last time out was against the DC Rays on June 26th. 3.2 innings pitched. Gave up 3 hits, but struck out 6 batters.
0-2 is missed inside. Night kind of tailing to an end here. Big Train have had some good bats on their shoulders. 1-2. Most RBIs tied with Corbin and Foscolo. Each of them have 2. 1 more for Gramasty to that total of 5. 1-2. Just outside. Corbin watches a good breaking ball, and count will go full, yes.
And there's the scoreboard changing. A little bit late, but 3-2.
Slug this one into right. Going to be a tough play to make on it. At the track, he is there. Good job from Gonzalez, as Corbin got a heck of a lot of that thing, but it just wasn't far enough in the corner or hit high enough to go over that wall. Certainly had the power under it.
Definitely did. Carson, but just a little bit more of a line drive that was in right field that didn't really get up and over the wall, but it was a good knock there from Corbin, just didn't get down.
Any more guesses on that sports team trivia?
I think Aiden Parker kind of messed with my brain last inning, so that was pretty mesmerizing to watch. So I wasn't really thinking about it, so have to get back
Got
to
3.
you.
This is probably the best trivia I've ever been given, by the way, and I did get it.
As that one is Now 1-1. Good pitch to Gagan, designated hitting tonight. He's over 3. Full count every time. 1-1. And a saws one off backwards. 1-2 now as Taylor trying to continue a good day. But for the Bats, it's kind of been a mixture of Brennan Wright, who's had a great day. Parker Corbin surely is my player of the day, I would say, at 2-4 with 2 RBIs. See what that gets crowned as you can go check out who is named the player of the game on the Big Train social media. If you search up Big Train on Instagram, I'm pretty sure it comes up. Same with Twitter. Twitter is lesser used. I'd recommend following the Instagram and the TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok, probably the best 2 places. And
2-2 popped up on the infield. Coming in on it is Lehman, able to make the catch. So tough day for Gagan. He puts up some pretty good at-bats. Couldn't come up with a base hit as he pops one out to the first baseman. Cal Johnson, switch hitting Maryland commit, will lead things off today. Tail end of the lineup potentially tonight as 2 outs.
to get back to the trivia question, can I get Florida and Carolina, the Panthers?
Yes. Ground ball right side, and Lehman will get him unassisted. You got 4. Big Train of 5. Lead is 5-1 on the Big Train Baseball Network. We'll head to the top of the 9th where they will try and get a save and keep this win streak going to tie the longest in the league at 5. Only has 5 right now, but is down to Metro South County. The man for the job in every save situation. Not quite one of those here, but Kaiser Smith on. Been dominant all season. One of the league leaders in strikeouts. ERA rate of 1.06. And man, Sean, this guy has just been mowing down the competition.
Last time out was against the DC Grays on June 27th, where he pitched an inning, and that was only on 7 pitches to close that game. He's 2-1 this season, and 7 appearances, 17 innings pitched. You said that 1.06 ERA, but a 1.00 whip, only giving up 2 earned runs and struck out 24 batters this season.
Yeah, that tune of 24 strikeouts. One of the best in the league, as he has just been fantastic. That strikeout number, by the way, is, I believe, best in the league of anybody at his stature. Yes, he stands alone. Peter Bashore, the only one close, a starter, for reference. All these the guys up here are longer starters. So he'll try and continue that streak. He's got a pretty good pitch mix to boot, as that is the second pitch miss. So 1-1 now to the man, Josh Saronis, who will try and keep it through.
And before this game ends, San Francisco Giants, New York Giants. Okay.
One more. Ground ball up the middle. Tough beat for Wright, and it's a base hit into the outfield. So things go in early for the Senators as Smith is unable to place that fastball. He runs with a 4-seam sinker, slider, sweeper, changeup combo. So a 5-pitch mix.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much he goes to kind of those breaking balls, but his four seam can kind of run up there. We'll have to see what he can do with that sinker and that slider and the sweeper and the changeup for Kaiser Smith.
First pitch to leadoff man Fulford. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Excuse me, Kaiser Smith actually has a four-seam sinker slider changeup combo. A red Charlie Hoagland's combo, which was great last night.
Yes, 6 innings pitched, and his pitchers keep on improving for the Big Train.
Broken bat up the middle. It's a tailor-made double play ball, and the Hems are perfect. Finishing touch by Emilio Gonzalez on the good scoop there. He digs it out, and it's 2 quick outs on the double play.
Impressive kind of scoop and stretch there from Emilio Gonzalez at first base. The 6'4" frame gives him the ability to do that. Number 46, Emilio Gonzalez, not number 45, like the rest of the season.
I feel like we can say his 45 jersey is somewhere on the interstate between Silver Spring, Tacoma, and here. On the Beltway, I should say.
Yeah, it seems like he put it in his truck bed, and he's got a very impressive truck, I will say,
It's
too.
a very nice truck.
But was in this truck bed and kind of just flew out, so now he's number 46.
0-1 to Gonzalez. Just low. He wanted that one on the mound. Smith barely missed. Smith trying to shut the door up 4. FAU Owl gives the 1-1 to Gonzalez. Ground ball right side, foul ball. So count will go to 1-2. Pretty good hits all around, but every pitcher so far that they saw other than Ethan Adams.
Kaiser only needs one more out. They only need one more team for the trivia, which will be the Cardinals, St. Louis and Arizona.
There you go. Very good job. At the buzzer, too.
Yeah, exactly.
1-2. As they're finally get that ball in. Smith, a strike away from closing down this ball game. Gonzalez in, lefty, trying to beat the righty Smith. Missed low, and a count now 2-2.
This will be another impressive outing for Smith if he get out of this 2-2 count right here, but we'll have to see.
2-2, Smith delivers. Up the middle, over to right. He has to make a sliding catch. Over to first. Just safe. Fantastic play from right, but he couldn't beat him. Good hit as an infield single keeps the line moving. Cole Rame is trying to be, I guess, the next man up as there's still 2 runners away from crossing the plate, or 2 runners away from getting on to tie this ball game. Down 4.
That could have been an impressive play from right. It was to scoop that and throw it, but just a little bit late.
First pitch swinging. Rame nowhere close to that one. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Reached 3 times. A walk, a single. Reached on an error over at first from Gonzalez. Quick 0-1 as crowd trying to get back into things here. Pretty lively night for a Tuesday at Shirley Povich. 0-1. Good breaking pitch. That's that slider. It's in there for strike 2. Number 2, Cole Rame, batting third tonight. 570 OBP, trying to keep it that way.
Good crowd tonight for the Big Train, but tomorrow, Fan Fest, if you're thinking about Big Train to go to that one.
Smith delivers. Struck him out swinging. How about that? Slams the door shut on the fingers of the Senators. Big Train win 5-1. Not much of a contest. Go up early. Did not need to score another run all day. Fantastic pitching. No earned runs. Past Kyle Hopper, who had a good day. Chiodo, Parker, and Smith all come in relief. No runs scored among all of them. 10 strikeouts between the 3. Anything else, Sean?
We've talked this season about the Big Train. They had a comeback victory last night against the Aces, but they need to rack up these kind of easier, I would say, victories, and they've done it recently with these kind of 10-run plus games in the double digits where they just get out to these early leads. But tonight, it's the pitching that does it for them.
Full complete team win, you have to say, with 5 runs scored as well. Everybody contributing. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 5, or you come to the ballpark for the Big Train Fan Fest. It's free admission. You meet players at 4, come to the ballpark at 5, enjoy a lovely baseball game at Shirley Povich. Maybe see Sean in the stands. He's riding tomorrow. We'll be right back tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a safe night.